With the third Angry Birds movie on its way, Rovio and Loyal Subject decided to come together and make some merch for it. And it's pretty awesome. So I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and a post by Tiffany Fisher Artist popped out on my feed, and it was the reveal of the Loyal Subject Angry Bird toys in the New York Toy Fair. Now, I don't really care for new toys. Usually, um, when I go to the toy aisle at my local store, I usually make fun of all the overpriced stuff. Because most of the stuff that I want, the toys that I want, are dead stock. Like, they're not really around often. And Toy Fair usually, it's something. I just don't really care for it. I think the noticeable Toy Fairs I seen were the new FNAF Jazzware stuff, and when FGTV had their own toy line. And new Angry Bird merch isn't really common where I live, like these guys or the backpack clips, which I still really want. I'm still trying to look for these guys. I still really want them. So, why am I making this video? Well, these products look like they're going to be retailed across the world, which I'm really excited for. So, for fun, I'm going to be ranking and stating my opinions about these whole merchandise products. So, starting off with the figurines, they look decent. I think the movie figurines, like this Red and Chuck, they kind of look they look alright. I feel like the whole eyebrow mechanic might be like there might be a button behind the figure and you can just hold it down to either make the eyebrows go down or when you release it, it goes back up. I don't really collect movie figurines or figurines of Angry Birds in general because I prefer plushies. Because in my opinion, the figurines like Mattel and Connect are pretty uncommon where I live, and the plushies are more common. And honestly, I like plushies more. So yeah, but they look good. As for the game figurines, I feel like we don't really have a clear photos of them, which unfortunately I can't really state my opinion, but I'm using my bias. But what really interests me is that how's on there and how is kind of like underutilized by Rovio themselves. So what really interests me is basically they're adding a character like much like to them they don't really care for. So this could suggest that we could get more characters, like more merch on characters they don't really utilize on, like let's say I guess Gale from Angry Birds Stella or Poppy, like yeah, or we can get new Angry Bird merch like Melody, Joe, or Gordon. So yeah, I'll put the figurines in C tier for now. I feel like they have the potential to be pretty cool, but I just don't collect figurines, so it's my own take on them, and we don't really have clear photos on them, so I can't really state my opinion on them. So once these guys are, we have better views of them, I'm probably gonna be ranking them a little bit higher than C tier. Now the balls, they're going to D tier. I'm sorry, but they look kinda lazy. Like they just grabbed a random red, green, and yellow ball and just put it in Angry Bird face on there. Like that's it. Like there's nothing really special. I feel like we could have gotten a cooler thing, but these balls are just nothing. They're not really special. I'm gonna rank all of the new movie Red merch together, and they're all going into B tier because, well, I don't really care for movie merchandise. I mean, they look good. A couple of niches I don't really like about them. Like I don't like how the bigger movie Red is a little chunky, and I don't really like how the smaller movie Red looks a little, I guess, too squished up a little. As for the bigger movie Red, I feel like it's just filler. Like it's just a filler plush. I like it. He looks adorable, but I'm not gonna go in my way and try getting this guy for like $40 or something. So yeah, all the movie Reds are going into B tier, but they all, don't get me wrong, I like you guys, but I just don't really care for them. My personal favorite from the sets are basically the Toon design plushies. I honestly really like them, but I just wish they weren't flat. Like, based on all the photos I've seen about these guys, they look like they're flat. Like, their beak is 3D and all, but, like, I don't like how they're flat. Which really sucks, because they look really good. Especially the smug looking red and the sunglasses red. So I'll probably get those two reds. But, yeah, I just don't like how flat they are. That's why they're in B. They're really good, but unfortunately, they're flat. That knocked them a couple points down. So when I first saw this red plush, I thought he would be having a flat face and a big forehead, looking like I don't remember the brand, but it was like one red plush that was seen on Amazon, like with a completely flat face and a big forehead. That would have been knocked down a couple points because the forehead and the flatness. However, seeing more closer pictures of this guy, he looks pretty good because I like the 3D beak. Like, he has a 3D beak. I think the only thing I don't like about the guy is probably his where his beak is. His eyes are like completely still there. Like, you can see the curves in there. As for the beak, is like lower. Honestly, it kind of looks like the whole bootleg reds you would see around your, I guess, stores and all and that stuff. But yeah, if they would just move the beak up a little bit more, you would have a fire red. So I'll put him in A tier. So when I first saw this guy, I thought he had these weird legs, and I was planning on making this video, and I would have knocked down a couple of points. He was perfect, but he had these weird legs. But in another photo, he apparently didn't have these legs, which I was confused. So I thought I was, just imagining things. But apparently, it's rumored that this King Pig plush does have these legs. It's just that you can just turn it inside out, which probably I won't utilize much, because, yeah, I honestly kind of like it without the legs. Now, I won't be using this guy as a King Big Plush. I have a cooler idea with this guy. I'm probably gonna customize this guy into Big Pork from Angry Birds Space or El Porcador. So, with all that, I'm putting this guy in S tier. One of my personal favorites in the set. I'm really excited to get him and put it in my collection. Last off is all the keychain stuff, and originally I was gonna group all of them together, but looking at more closer pictures of these guys, there's a couple things I would change about them. Red's going into the D tier because I don't like how squished up his face is. They did fix the problem I had with the other Red, with his beak position like directly below his eyes, but I just don't like how squished up he looks and the absence of his outlines, because if you haven't noticed, most of these game plushies don't have outline on them. It kind of hurts the plush a little bit. Like, if you're comparing it to the Commonwealth Keychain Red plush, he does have the outlines, and it looks better than this guy because, again, he isn't really squished up. I'm gonna put Bomb into the C tier because I think his eyes are a little too close to the beak, and the beak is a little too small, and his hair is a little too flat. So, yeah. Although he is a little scrunched up like Red, he isn't as bad as Red. So I'll put him into the C tier because he is just okay to me. Chuck and Minion Pig are both going into the B tier. I just wish they had the outlines for their eyes, and I think that would have been good. If they had outlines on their eyes, they would have been a fire plush. But yeah, they don't have it. As for Stella, I'm putting her into the S tier. I just really like how they replicated the Angry Birds Stella plush by Commonwealth and put it directly into this plush. My only wish I had for her is basically she's a 5-inch plush so she can fit in with the rest of my Angry Bird plushies. Now, what I really hope this line does, it's doing well. So, if this line does really well, we could get actual official plushies of characters that don't have plushies, like Silver, Melody, Joe, or Tony. I just really want this set to do really well. And we could also get re-releases of older plushies, like the Angry Birds Stella Flock. Well, this is my entire opinion and tier list about the new Angry Bird products. Now, the lower ranks doesn't mean that I hate the plush or product itself. I just think there's room for improvement. I just hope this whole line succeeds so we can get more merch from loyal subjects. Now, I'm open to hear your guys' opinion about it. Do you think I ranked something a little too high, a little too low? I'm open to hear what you guys think about the new products. And I guess that's everything. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.